Welcome to Grad Connect. My name is Kush Rawal, and today I'm in conversation with Akash Sharma, who has also enrolled as a GradRight ambassador representing the SKEMA Business School. Akash, please could you introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone, and hello, Kush. And my name is Akash, of course, as Kush has told. So I am currently enrolled in SKEMA Business School in their Masters in Management program and MSc in International Marketing and Business Development. And in my undergraduate, in my batch, I did my bachelor's from Vellore Institute of Technology. I did my BTech in electrical and electronics, and I'm currently based in Paris, France.
That's pretty amazing. So today we'll be talking about Akash's journey to the SKEMA Business School and grab some insights about the university. Thank you, Akash, for taking time out to help Indian students with their journey to masters abroad.
Of
So,
course.
Akash, what led to the thought of pursuing a master's degree in international marketing and business development?
Well, I had,
After engineering, you switched to this field. What?
coming from a technical background, it was a little surprising even for myself that, like there is no actual sync between, between engineering and marketing. But I was like, my previous past experience in my job was in marketing and sales.
Mhm.
So I decided that, let us just make it professional. So I was like, let's, just make it official, sort of, let's just go and just take a degree.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay. So, like when you realized what your interest was, then how did you start with it? What was the process for you to shortlist the course and the university you wanted?
Yeah, before that, I actually decided on the country first
Right.
because the course was fine, marketing, but that's like the very top level. Then the next filter, if I can say, has to be the country because many people go to US, UK, but I decided to go to France because the program I was targeting, Masters in Management, that was, you can say, started in France. I can say it was invented in France because if you see the French equivalent, it means Programme Grande École. That means, Grande École means big school in French. So this was actually, this mode of education was instituted by Napoleon himself.
Mhm.
So that is why I was like, this is good because I was just, starting my career. So I was like, this is a good stepping stone. And then I just pulled out the list of all the top business schools in France. And then I matched it with my profile. And out of that, Schema stood out as the best choice.
So, like you had an engineering background. So, what all did you do to make your resume strong and build that profile to align with Schema Business School and the course you selected?
Yeah, so the thing is that I had, first of all, obviously, good grades, they matter, no doubt.
Right.
But regarding my resume, I made sure I included only the relevant work that I did in engineering. Because even in engineering, I had taken a couple of business electives. So I just put that in my resume that I had taken business economics, I had taken, I taken international business development. So I just put that in my CV, and I also and I put my work experience because I had initially in my first job, I had initially joined as a site engineer, but then later on I graduated, transitioned rather. I transitioned to sales and business development role. So I just put that relevant part on my CV.
Okay, that's how you align yourself with the course itself. And what was the application process like for applying to Schema Business School? And also highlight about the scholarships process.
Okay, so the thing is that it was honestly because I came here in September 2020. That was the peak of the pandemic.
Mhm.
So everything was online. There was no, I don't know, like you can't physically go to their, office and say Bombay or Delhi. So you had to apply online. Just had to go to their website and you had to just type in the application, to fill in the application, your transcripts and your final or provisional degree certificate, depending on where you are in your journey. And then you had to write, of course, a motivation letter, as in a cover letter, and you had to write your CV. And the process was, it was a little tough. I'm not going to lie here. It was a little tough. Specifically, the visa process, the admission part was relatively easy. The schema, you can say the country representatives of schema for India, they were pretty helpful.
Mhm.
The point is the visa process took a bit longer. It was not helped by the fact that I came during the pandemic. So, everything was closed.
Right.
Yeah, it was very, very tough to get an appointment. But no, it just gets done. Just took a bit of time, but it was fine.
Right. And for the scholarships?
Yeah, for the scholarships, I had gotten a scholarship because of my prior academic records.
Oh, right.
So basically, schema itself, it offers academics academic excellence scholarship,
Mhm.
and France in general, it offers an Eiffel scholarship as well.
Okay.
So you have to, for the first scholarship given by schema, I didn't have to apply. They just saw my application, they saw my CV,
And they
and
gave it.
they automatically gave it to me. For Eiffel, you have to apply, and that is given by Campus France.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So, like, what do you think is a particular thing in your profile which made you stand out, which you think made you stand out towards securing an admission at Schema Business?
Okay. First thing, I studied from VIT Vellore, so that
Right.
is one of the top yeah, engineering institutes in India.
Mm-hmm.
So I did my undergraduate from VIT Vellore, and then I actually had a. I'm not going to say I had a very high CGPA, but my CGPA was 7.4. So it was okay. It was moderate, but what I believe was that my work experience and the way I presented it, that made all the difference. My cover letter and my motivation. I also did quite a few, volunteer activities, extracurricular,
Mm-hmm.
because outside, see, in India, we have this thing that you are, very academically focused. But outside, they see at your all around
All
picture,
around.
the whole holistic picture, if I can say it in that sense.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So, diving towards more towards your university life, how diverse
Mhm.
was your batch, and what background did the other students have, like in your
Yeah, no, we
course?
had a very diverse batch. There were there were people from Peru, and there were Americans. There were obviously other Europeans as well. Italian. Uh, there were Germans. There were quite. There's a significant number of Chinese people as well.
Right.
There were also, I mean, Indians as well. I myself an Indian. I was there, and the college life was good. I mean, Schema has a lot of clubs. It has a lot of extracurricular. What can I say? Associations.
Right.
So if you are, for example, if you are into say finance, so there is a Schema Finance, so that
Mhm.
helps you out. Like what are the ongoing trends. But suppose if you are into the creative arts, performing arts and stuff. So there was one drama club in Schema. If you're
Mhm.
into entrepreneurship, you are like, okay, I want to take my degree, fine, but I have that vision in my head. So there's a Schema Ventures Club. So it's really diverse. Like you're spoiled for choice.
So in your course, like what, like you had an engineering background.
Yeah.
Other students, what
Yeah,
background?
there were quite a few engineers in my course as well, but
Like,
uh, there were people actually from all walks. Like few of them were, they had finance backgrounds and then they came into marketing. Then there were quite a few. I met a pharmacist from Lebanon, so
mhm.
that was quite. It was very odd experience. wanna be really honest. So it helps good. I mean, it helps the diversity that there were people from all the ethnicities.
Mhm. So, going towards the teaching methodology, how do you feel it is different from India, and how are the professors over there?
Yeah, see, in India, basically, you have this pen and paper system where, the faculty comes and tells you this. But here, what happens is you are expected to know quite in advance.
Hmm.
Most of your, stuff your study material will be uploaded in your drive or in the class. So
Hmm.
what happens is that you have to, before attending the lecture, you have to study some stuff. Like here, because specifically my marketing program, my marketing specialization, we had to do a lot of case studies. Like
Right.
if suppose we were given a case study of a company in Brazil.
Mm.
So we had sort of like homework, I can say. So we had to study that. And in the class, we had the discussion,
Right.
like what is your view? What is your view? Then when we had a theoretical class, and we were made to work in a lot of projects. And one good thing which I liked about Schema was that Schema had this policy that every group should have people of three different nationalities. So, even if you are a bit, I can say, shy, or you are a bit reserved, so you are,
Hmm.
sort of pushed by Schema to interact.
Right.
So there will be, for example, one Indian, one Chinese, and one, maybe Moroccan, or one, American. So that helps with the diversity.
Right.
And here also, we don't really have those pen and paper exams. You
Mhm.
have the exams at like an MCQ, and for most of the cases, you are asked to give reports.
Okay.
Just make a PPT and come and explain to the class that these are my findings, and this is my analysis of this topic, and these were all the theoretical concepts. This is my
Hmm.
final report, and based on that, you are graded. So it's very different.
From India.
So just buckle up.
And what about the professors? How are they?
Oh, they are very nice, and they are extremely knowledgeable. And the thing is here, I think this has been said a lot, but I'm just stating the obvious. But one thing which I learned here is there is nothing as a stupid question. The only stupid question is when you don't ask a question, because here the professors are friendly. They, they impart knowledge to you, and of course, you have to, don't be shy with them. Just, I mean, ask them like, sir, you taught, for example, this framework. So I didn't understand this. So, sir, can you please explain it in a different way? Can you please repeat it? So people here are really patient. And the professors here, I mean, they are highly knowledgeable, because at least in Schema, uh, I guess all of the professors had at least a PhD, and like they had almost, 10, 12 years of experience.
Hmm.
So like highly qualified, highly, experienced faculties.
That's pretty amazing. Like,
Yeah.
having this is not actually available in India.
Yeah,
Being
exactly.
so open with the professors. It also helps in networking and building
Yeah,
relationships with the professors.
exactly.
So, how intense was the course? Like, were you able to manage a part-time job as well, or just the coursework?
Yeah, the course actually was a bit strenuous. It was a bit intensive because sometimes I think specifically in my third semester, I had like classes from 8 a.m. till 8 p.m. I mean, obviously there were breaks in between, but that's like a whole day. Like, but that was maybe once or twice a month, so you can manage it. But regarding part time in France, there is a big language barrier. I
Right.
mean, doesn't matter what anyone has told you. Trust me, I'm here. I have seen that. There is a huge language barrier. So if you can speak a bit of French, then getting part-time jobs is easy. But otherwise, I will say, you know, You can work, but honestly, I personally don't recommend it because it will interfere with your primary goal of coming here, which is basically to study. Because you
Right.
didn't come here to work, you're coming on a student visa, you're not coming on a work visa. I mean, that's my 2 cents. But to answer your question, I didn't actually find time to for the part time to do
Mhm.
part time jobs. And but however, whatever free time I had, like Saturday, Sunday, mostly you'll have free time. So that is actually spent in collaborating with others because specifically in schema, we used to have like weekly tests.
Mhm.
So like weekly case studies, and we had like you have to uh, suppose you have to present the findings for this and that subject and so on. So in my free time, what I used to do is I used to actually learn outside of school. Like I learned,
Right.
since I'm into marketing, so I learned a bit of digital marketing by Google. I learned a bit of HubSpot certifications, because I will say that not all of your learning happens in the campus. It's very, very important to study outside the business hours as well.
That's a wonderful advice.
Yeah.
And can you throw some light on the recruitment journey and which companies you generally students get placed into, and what are like the average salary expectations?
Okay. So one thing is there, if you're expecting like campus placements or placement cells, it doesn't exist in the West. For sure, it doesn't exist.
Right.
But what exists here is the careers team. So they will assist you that you have to put your CV in a certain way, you have to put your cover letter in a certain way. And here in Schema specifically, there are job fairs.
Right.
So like people as in companies come, their representative come. They have you can say once every 2 months, I think they have a recruitment fair. They have a lot of seminars. For example, Uber will come, then you can say L'Oreal will come, Cartier will come, Dior will come. So you have to, again, just to add on that, you have to network here extensively. LinkedIn is like the go-to tool. Like you have to work on LinkedIn. So here, you have to approach people, you have to network with people. That is what gets you a job here.
Right.
And I can say, like, uh, L'Oreal, it picks up a lot of schema students, L'Oreal and Cartier and Dior. But if you don't see, if the only thing I can say, if you know French, a lot of companies will be open for you. If you don't know French, it is always better that you aim for startups because they are a bit more flexible with the language requirements.
Mhm.
And I was searching for internship since you can say almost start of June. So finally I got my internship just last week.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you, thank you. So it's going to take some time because here the biggest I can say source of frustration is that they will just say how well or how much French do you speak. Like
Right.
that is literally their first filter. So many, since I am not a French speaker, I'm an Indian. I didn't study French in my
Mhm.
school time. So for me, I can't get past that first barrier. But thankfully, there are English speaking jobs here in France. Schema helps you with that. There is no denying that. But this recruitment journey, I will say you have to keep on, modifying your CV and your resume, and just be active on LinkedIn, Indeed, and there is Welcome to the Jungle. On LinkedIn, you have to keep on posting. For example, if you are passionate about, you can say, data analytics. So I have to post that, okay, I learned, SQL, I learned Tableau, I learned Power BI, and just post relevant content so that gets you traction. And then people, companies, they come and they approach you. And I can say, yes, compared to India, the pay scale here is definitely high, but obviously it is expensive as well.
Right.
So it kind of balances out.
Mm-hmm.
I can say the average pay scale for for marketing, the median salary for marketing is about 1,000 euros. And if you are into, you can say, finance, it goes up to almost 1,500 euros.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, moving forward, like you already mentioned that the course is intense and you need
Mhm.
to give time to some extra work as well. So, how is the study life balance? Like, do you get time to actually go out and explore and enjoy also, or it's just intense work and go for recruitment, get a job, and then
No, no, no.
live your
That
life?
is it. You get a lot of time here because see, courses generally, if I can say, the classes are mostly from 10 a.m. till almost 4 p.m. So, like that's a okay amount of time. And then you just have to work in collaboration with people. So, you have to, because like you have weekly assignments and reports due. So
Mhm.
work-life balance is there because France specifically, people here they have a relaxed lifestyle. That I will honestly say. People here they are laid back. They want to. If you can just check on YouTube as well that people they sit in French cafes for hours. Like they just take one cup of coffee and then they just drink one cup of coffee over 2 hours. So that is there. And yeah, but I can say work life balance is there, but you have to find what works for you. Because for me, I am not, personally speaking, I am not that much into going out and traveling and partying and stuff. I'm little more academically inclined, but there's no doubt. But a lot of pubs and bars here, so you can have fun. There is no denying that. I mean, France is famous for wine, so yeah, that's there.
And on average, what are the like the monthly expenses for you
Okay,
for
yeah,
living, groceries? Yeah.
yeah. For me, it is you can say almost 700 euros because I actually live close to Paris. Well, it's like Paris is just 10 minutes away by walk for me. So the rent is high. My rent is 600 euros. However, there is one good news that the French government reimburses you. It is called CAF here. That's like family allowance.
Mhm.
So basically, what it does is that you can get up to 30% of your rent back. So, for example, you're paying 600. Yeah, you're paying 600. So you can get up to 200 euros back.
So it's for all the international students?
Yeah, it's for all internationals,
Okay.
irrespective of your status. You're a student, you just have to apply on their portal and they'll calculate, like what are your it depends on a lot of factors like how old you are, which district you are living in, but you get. So that is there. And one thing is there, this is an often overlooked part, but I am a vegetarian, so for me it is a little expensive here for me. Vegetables are a bit expensive here. Non-veg like chicken, fish, mutton. Sorry.
The non-vegetarian is cheaper actually.
Yeah, actually that's cheaper. Like meat is cheaper. The vegetables are a bit high. So I mean you can manage it. Like there are a few stores here like Aldi and Lidl. So there you get actually vegetables for cheap. And also you can buy like you can buy in bulk. So I can say around, because one thing is there, the closer you live to main Paris, the more expensive your rent is gonna get.
You can get right.
Yeah, the the farther away you move, your rent is gonna decrease
Mhm.
because I know there are places. It is about I think 45 minutes from Paris by train. There the rent is as low as like 400 euros, 300 euros.
Mm.
But they're far away from the main happening areas, so that depends.
And
Yeah.
like, can you like tell me a few things you love about Schema Business School and a few things you don't like?
Okay, the first thing which I really love is that it has a very international exposure here. It's a very international vibe. Students from, I can literally say, all across the globe. I mean, I have kind of lost count, how many nationalities I have interacted with. And here they actually see, I will say, if you're a finance student, schema is really, really recommended for you.
Hmm.
All their finance programs, they are very highly rated in the Financial Times ranking. Other programs are also fine because for me, marketing taught me real life skills because right now everything is shifting towards data. So we had quite a few data related courses like data mining, mass communication in marketing, and we had bit of data acquisition. So the thing is, Schema gives you option to customize. It's like a buffet here. You pick which subject, what subject you want, which is your interest.
Hmm.
And one thing which I don't like about Schema probably is like, sorry, one thing which I do like is their alumni network is really big. They have more than 45, 50,000 alumni. And the best part that list available on their talents and jobs website. That is their career website. So you can just, it's like an Excel. So you can just go filter that which field, which company you want. So you can approach the alumni. The
Right.
one thing which I don't like is that probably it's English also is the language barrier. But that's if I had to nitpick. And otherwise, I think yeah, the course is sometimes too hectic. But I mean, I'm paying them to teach me to actually push me to actually be the better version. So I get it
Right.
sometimes. Since I'm from a technical background, it was fine because I did little bit of coding,
Hmm.
so it was fine for me. But for other people, it might seem a little intense, but it's fine.
Okay. Any last advice for the students who want to pursue their masters at Schema Business School?
Yeah, one thing, just learn French, and this goes out for all the Indian guys specifically. Just learn cooking because you have to take care of all of your household chores. In India, we take it for granted that mom will come,
Mhm.
servant will come, and he or she, whatever be the case, will cook. But here you have to learn how to cook. You should know how to do your household chores because in India, when I came here, thankfully I had a roommate. He used to cook good food. So for 1 year I was fine. But then I had to cook for myself. So that was a bit of a torture. So one advice I can give, learn cooking. Second thing, just learn the very basics of management. You can just go to Google because you should know what you're getting into.
Right.
Because when I first came, I had a few finance courses. I have no interest in finance, but for me, it took me a while to, pick that up.
Hmm.
So I had to put in extra efforts. So I'm saying just learn the basics of finance, basics of, strategy, just get a broad overview. What are the topics?
Right. Right.
And of course, just network like anything because networking works. In India, we don't give that much
Importance.
importance to networking,
Mhm.
but here networking can open a lot of doors because trust me, I'm not making this up. This was told by LinkedIn research that almost 70% of the jobs are not advertised. That you only have to know if you approach people. So don't be shy. Whatever school you are going to, I'm hoping you come to Schema. So what you do is just make a LinkedIn profile and just send connection requests to everyone in your school. Connect with your peers. So what will happen is you will be one step ahead when the race starts.
Right.
Yeah,
Thank you for the wonderful advice. Thank you,
of
Akash.
course.
I know
Yeah,
a lot of Indians will benefit from the insights you have shared today.
more
It
than
was a
happy to.
wonderful experience talking to you, and I
Yeah,
wish you all the best for your journey ahead.
thank you.